Alright, so once again, you are welcome to Sigma Cars. If you have not subscribed, please click the button below so that you know when we post a new vehicle, especially with the new projects that we are doing. So, just over the weekend, we went out in search of a pickup truck that can tow very medium-sized motorhome, and of course something that can tow a boat for a friend. And of course we looked at most of the pickup trucks that are available, and you know that most domestic trucks are really very good. We have some that were referred to as the workhorse when it comes to towing capabilities. So we looked at the Chevrolets, we looked at the GMCs, and we found the F350 Super Duty. And after the test drive, we learned so much about this particular truck, especially the 2023 model, and we felt that we should just tell you some of the things that really fascinated us as we test drove the F350 Super Duty 2023. And in this video, we'll go over some of the features of the 2023 model, though it's been in the market now for some months. So we'll talk about them and the different trims and the different stylings and the changes that come with the 2023, and some of the fun things that really make it very useful and capable workhorse. So stay with us and let's review this vehicle, the 2023 Ford F350 Super Duty. So one of the most interesting things about the 2023 Ford F350 is that for this model year, this vehicle comes in basically six different trims, and I'll tell you something exciting about the different trims. But it does come in the XL trim, the XLT, the Lariat, the King Ranch that I really love, of course the Platinum, and the Limited. Now here is something very important. The XL itself is just the basic entry, very nice vehicle, and it comes with different packages also. They have the XL Chrome package with a 360 degree camera package, and of course it has the tow technology package as well as the XL driver assist package. Those are some of the packages that come with the XL. And the XL, being the basic model, usually may not have some of the things that some of every other trim have in terms of upgrade. But here is something that we really found very interesting. Each of these trims do have different styles. The XL, for God's sake, has about 30 different styles of the XL. So you might be driving an XL model or XL trim of this particular vehicle, the 2023 Ford F350, but 30 different people, we have the same vehicle with different styles. That is interesting. The King Ranch comes with 3 different styles. The Lariat has 10 different styles. The Limited has 3 styles, the Platinum has 3 styles, and the XLT has 22 styles. I never knew this. So this is very intriguing and very interesting. I never knew that there were so many different styles to every trim of the Super Duty F350. The King Ranch, for instance, has the King Ranch 4-wheel drive crew cab 6.75-inch box. That is one of the styling. The second one is a King Ranch 4-wheel drive crew cab 8-inch box, and the third one has basically the same name, but they have different equipment. The third one is the King Ranch 4-wheel drive crew cab 8-inch box. What's interesting is that the price point or the starting prices of these vehicles are very similar. The King Ranch 4-wheel drive crew cab 6.7-inch box starts at about $77,025. That is the MSRP. The other style, the King Ranch 4-wheel drive crew cab 8-inch box, starts with $77,220, so it's about just $200 more. But the third style starts at $78,160, so probably about $1,000 more. And what's interesting is that they almost have the same thing, the same equipment, except some little variations. For instance, the engine for these three styles of the King Ranch comes with a 500 horsepower, 6.7 liter, 8-cylinder engine that is diesel. That is the same engine that is on these three different styles of this vehicle. So still on the King Ranch 3 styles, they all come with the 10-speed automatic transmission. They are all 4-wheel drives, and there are about 7 exterior colors to choose from for all the King Ranch, and they all seat 5 passengers. And in addition, they have 2 different packages, the Chrome package and the FX4 off-road package. Now the Chrome package basically has all the Chrome stuff. It has the 2 front Chrome tow hitch hooks, and it's always very useful. The mirror caps are Chrome, the front and rear bumpers are Chrome, 20-inch aluminum Chrome wheels, and then it has the Chrome door handles. Paint is monochromatic, and even the exhaust has a Chrome tip. That is just what they have with the Chrome package. This is really, really fun and interesting. The FS4 Off-Road has about 3 other different things that cost about $405 too. And there's they added the hill descent control, so if you're coming down the hill, you have a control for that because it's off-road package. And of course, the shock absorbers are off-road tuned. Then they are front and rear, and then the transfer case. And fuel tank also has some skid plates that are added because of the off-road capability, and it has an off-road decal box that is also added to this package. So these are some of the unique things with the King Ranch package. So let's look at the other styles, the other trims on the FX. This time the XLT. Next up is the XLT trim. It's interesting that the XLT has about 22 different styles. So we can be driving the same XLT model on the F350, but there are 22 different styles, and so that means the equipments are different. And basically the differences in the SLT models or the SLT styles is in the styling itself, the engine, the drivetrain, and the seating capacity, and of course the prices are different. What's so interesting is there for the styles on the SLT, they have the 4-wheel drive and the 2-wheel drive, and again the cab is different. That means the size of the cabs are different. Some are 145 inch with a wheelbase of 60 inch, some are 169, some are 179, some are just the 8-inch bus cab 4-wheel drive. So these are some of the differences when it comes to the styling. That is why we have about 22 configurations of the XLT, and of course the prices varies from $53,000 to almost $58,000 to $60,000 depending on the equipment. For the engine, the differences is in the horsepower. Some of them are 335 horsepower, 7.3 liter engine. They are all 8-cylinder 7.3 liter engine, but with different horsepowers. It's about 335 horsepower. These are the gasoline fuel engines. Or you can have the 500 horsepower 6.7 liter 8-cylinder engine. These ones are the diesel. So you have the 7.3 liter 8-cylinder gas and 500 horsepower 6.7 8-cylinder diesel fuel engines. These are some of the differences. And of course, when it comes to the drivetrain, the 22 styles of the XLT trim, some are four-wheel drive, some are rear-wheel drive. And for seating capacity, some of them only seat 3 people, which means you just have a single cab, and some of them seat 5 passengers. So those are the crew cabs also on the XLT. So for full specification, you can have almost the same thing, but just a few little differences. Of course, the XLT has the SLT value package, which you can upgrade to. This adds about $1,900 to the MSRP, and that includes the power adjustable pedals, the secure code, driver side keyless entry system, and keypad. And of course, it has the electrochromatic rear view mirror, the halogen fog lamps, 8-way power driver seat, the remote start, auto lock and auto unlock, and of course the rear window defroster. Those make up the value package of the XLT trim. And the wheel size is a little bit different from the King Ranch. For the SLT, the wheel size is 17-inch for all of them, and they're all made of steel. And there's just a few more stuff that is on the XLT that you'll see. We already talked about the engine, that it has either the 335 horsepower at 3750 RPM, or it has a 500 horsepower. That makes the difference. And of course, something else I found that's interesting in the XLT is the information, the weight of this particular vehicle. The maximum payload capacity of the XLT is 7,551, and the curb weight is 6,449. So if you add that together, the combined weight rating is about 23,500 pounds. So it has a whole lot of power, especially with the maximum payload capacity of 7,551. That shows you how much you can really tow with this vehicle. So a very, very great option for the XLT. It's a particular truck that we really like driving. It has some of the comfort and all the safety features that come with the F350. The side impact beams is standard. It has a collision mitigation front. Of course, the safety canopy system covering is on the first row airbag. That's right there. It comes with the lane departure warning system. The dual stage driver and passenger seat mounted side airbags is standard. It has the outboard front lap and shoulder safety belts. That is also standard. And of course, it has a driveline traction control, the pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking AEB. This is all safety features that comes with the F350, and they're all available in the XLT models. And for the interior, of course, it has a manual air condition, so it's not automatic. It has a manual air condition that you have to manipulate. And the four-way driver seat is there. It has a recline and fore and aft movement. Of course, the gear shifter is the Uri-Train, and then it has the passenger and driver visor vanity mirrors. So that comes standard with the XLT. So you'll find some of this nice stuff in the SLT that you can really, really enjoy, and a whole lot much more things that come with it. Both the outside temperature gauge, you have the full cloth headliner, cruise control with steering wheel controls, front map light, day, night, rear view mirror. So we went through all this, and we really like them, of course, because it makes the F350 not just very drivable, but even though it's a workhorse, it's still something that we enjoy driving. Something else that we still like about this vehicle that I wanted to share with you is the steering type. It has a recirculating ball, and the turn diameter is about 48.6. So for a big truck that does all the job, 48.6 feet turning diameter is something to watch out for. If you're not driving a truck or towed something, you have to get used to that. So those are some of the things that we found in the XLT that we like. Let's drive. course, there are much more that you can really enjoy driving the XLT Ford F-350. Now let's look at another trim, and this time we are going to look at the Platinum model, or the Platinum trim of the Ford F-350 2023 Super Duty. Now for the Platinum trim of the F-350 2023, it comes in 3 different styles. So we have the Platinum 4-wheel drive crew cab 6.75 bucks, the Platinum 4-wheel drive crew cab 8-inch bucks, as well as the Platinum 4-wheel drive crew cab 8-inch bucks. And one of the great things about this vehicle, the Platinum, is that you can get almost everything you want in a truck, plus much more. The prices start from $77,915 to about $80,145, and of course there are some other upgrades that you can add. The engines for these 3 styles, basically for the Platinum, is the same engine. It's 500 horsepower, 6.7 liter, 8-cylinder engine, and they are all diesel with a 10-speed automatic transmission. And of course, there are 7 exterior colors to choose from, and they all seat 5 passengers. What else can we find on the Platinum model? There is the Tremor off-road package and the FS4 off-road package. Those are the 2 packages that come with this Platinum trim. And so the Tremor off-road package really has a whole lot of stuff. It adds about $4,375 to the MSRP. So that is why the price of the Platinum model goes from $77,000 to about $80,000. So way much more than the King Ranch and the other trims. And so the Tremor off-road package has the unique front springs. It increases the height of the ride of the vehicle, and then it has a rear electronic locking differential, the front limited slip differential. It has a performance front and rear shock absorbers. There's unique front air dams with approach angle improvement that is built into this particular package of the Tremor off-road. And then of course it comes with a transfer case, and axle water forwarding vent tubes. This is built into it too. It has a decal of the Tremor off-road. It's always orange in color, and has a skid plates. Also the tires, 20-inch tires, and of course it's an off-road package complete with a full-size spare tire. And there's a textured made finish off-road running boards that comes with this vehicle, and of course some of them have the utility, but basically 20 inches very, very standard on this vehicle. What else does it have? Lane departure system. Yes, lane departure warning system is this Platinum package, of course, as well as the low gloss paint comes with the Tremor off-road package. What about the FX? For the FS4 off-road, we've seen that on the other model, the other trim, which is the King Range. They're basically the same. There's no difference with the FS4 off-road package. The FS4 off-road has just the hill descent control like we saw in the other trim, and of course the unique FS4 decal and some of the other stuff that come with the FS4. So the FS4 package is standard. Whichever of the trim that has it is still the same thing, but the Tremor off-road package is completely different. Very, very well equipped for the Platinum package. Let's see what else is different. We talked about the wheel. It's 20-inch, which is great for that vehicle, and of course you can adjust the height of this vehicle. And we talked about the engine. They're all diesel, which is really great. Safety is the same all around except for the XL. So the Platinum, the forward and reverse sensing system, front and rear packet sensors are there as options. And there's something that's also optional. The tire specific low pressure warning system is standard, but the collision mitigation rear camera is optional. And then the area view camera system is optional. The right side camera is optional. Cargo bed camera is optional. The left side camera is optional. So those are some of the things that you will have to add if you really want to have them in this package. Something else, the driver monitoring alert system is also optional. And there's another thing, the lane keeping alert or lane departure warning system is also optional. So every other thing is on the safety package all standard, like the safety canopy system, curtain first and second row airbags is standard. The dual state driver and passenger seat mounted side airbags is standard. Plus it has advanced track roll stability and electronic stability system. They are all standard on this vehicle. And we have the ABS and driveline traction. This is also optional. Side impact beams. No, it's not optional. Oh, sorry. The ABS and driveline traction control is actually standard. Side impact beams is also standard. So it has all the same features that's built into the fact that makes it really entertaining to drive, and we love it. Did I mention that the F350 Super Duty comes with 2 LCD monitors in the front? Yes, they do, and they are very interactive and well loaded with Sirius XM satellite radio and all the other features like Bluetooth, navigation system. It has the same voice system, advanced or the enhanced voice recognition. The platinum display has actually the 12-inch format, and so it is also touchscreen. It has the auto compatibility. It has the Android, Apple CarPlay, and of course, you can even get the digital owner's manual. Conversational voice command. And so you're driving a truck that is really very, very, very well built, not just there, but you have the ability to enjoy all the new technology and digital stuff that comes with smaller vehicles or more luxurious vehicles that you wouldn't even expect to find in a truck. And so even though it's a truck, workhorse, you have all the capabilities of technology that you can really enjoy driving this truck. So those are some of the things that we found interesting during the test drive. We're able to play with them and see how interactive they are and how much they really function, and we love them. It makes the truck beautiful. So the other trims of the 2023 F350 includes the Lariat, which actually has about 10 different styles. So first of all, they are all 4-wheel drives. You either get, the difference is basically is on the cab. You have the Super Cab and of course the Crew Cab, which is very different as far as the sizes of the cabs. And the price range for the Lariat is usually about 61,000 to about 65,000, depending on the equipment and the styling. And of course, the engines are a little bit different. You have the 335 horsepower and the 500 horsepower. So you see that the gasoline 335 horsepower or the diesel 500 horsepower. Seating capacity is also a little bit different. Some of them six passengers, some 6 5, depending on the configuration. And now also the F350 has the limited edition. The limited trim with 3 styles. Again, you have the limited crew cab, and their prices start from 97,000 to 99,000. So you should be getting ready to pay about 100,000 for the limited editions. And all the limited has a 500 horsepower diesel engine, all 6.7 liter 8 cylinders, and of course they all sit about 5 passengers. And the other trim that we've not really talked about is the XL. The XL has about 30 stars for that particular trim. And so again, you have differences in the cab size from 1.5 inch, 169 inch, just all the way to 8-foot boxes as far as the configurations are concerned. But the XL usually is the cheapest of all, for 6,000. down to about 50, 51, something like that, or about that range. So these are some of the things that you will see. Well, here is something that's really interesting. The F350 is the American workhorse. So if you have a motorhome, you have a boat, and you want something that is really functional, something that can really not just tow whatever you want to tow, but give you joy to ride, you better stick with the Ford F350. It's very common on the road because people trust them. But this is something else that you don't know that may be very interesting to you. Ford as a company generates more revenue from the sale of the Super Duty heavy-duty pickup trucks than most companies do from their operations. Yes, this is really true. As a matter of fact, it is being said that the money that Ford makes from the Super Duty is bigger than what Southwest Airlines makes from all their flights, or what Marriott International or even companies like Nostrum make from their operations. And that is how popular the F350 is, especially with American drivers. So it's a beautiful truck. It's a workhorse. It has all the capabilities, all the flexibility, all the comfort that you need when you need that power to tow something. The 4x4 system is really very usable. It comes in handy when driving it. So there's no doubt that this is a very beautiful truck, and we see that on the road every single time. And we are preparing to actually purchase one, having test driven it, and we know that it will do the job. And so we are really excited about this truck. I can't wait to have it and really see how it really drives and how it performs, hauling some big stuff that we needed to tow. One thing else that we didn't point out is the blind spot information system for the fifth wheel, or the gooseneck trailers. That's something new. Then it requires some accessories, sensors to really integrate blind spot monitoring system for the trailer into the existing truck system. But this is great. Once that is done, it makes it more functional and really safer to drive, especially when you are towing some stuff. So what do you think about the F350? If you have one and you've driven one, please leave some comment for us. Tell us what we did touch and what you really think is more important, and what you think we missed, and what you think should be said about the truck. And if you have a different truck that you think is has more capability or better than the F350, let us know. We'll go drive it and we'll bring you some information.